Some of you were watching the night sky in the spring. Maybe you were lucky enough to see Halley's Comet. And we're going to have to wait 77 years before the comet comes back again. West Park Library is lucky because we don't have to wait so long for good friends to come back again. Birchwood School was here in December, and they made poetry come alive for us with their program called Poetry Promenade. And they did such a good job, we asked them to come back and do it again. So I'm going to turn the show over to Mrs. Demilak and the students from Birchwood School.
It's stuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention, please?
Welcome to our Poetry Promenade. A promenade is a march for pleasures or display. So for your pleasure, we would like to display this march of poems. Sometimes poetry can be rhyming nonsense.
I never saw a purple cow. I never hope to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one.
And sometimes it can be serious metaphor.
The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city, on silent haunches, and then moves on.
And sometimes it will tickle your funny bones such as this.
And sponge and spiker. Fun roll doll. I look and smell and sponge declared as lovely as a rose. Just feast your eyes upon my face, observe my shapely nose. Behold my heavenly silky locks, and if I take off both my socks, you'll see my dainty toes. But don't forget, Aunt Spiker cried, how much your tummy strong. And sponge went red, Aunt Spiker said, my sweet, you cannot win. Behold my gorgeous pearly shape, my teeth, my charming grin. Oh, beauty to me, how I adore my radiant look. And please ignore the pimple on my chin. My dear old charms, sponge have her only bones and skin. Such beautiness as I possess can only she was shine in Hollywood. Oh, wouldn't that be fine? I capture all the nation's hearts. They give me all the leading parts. The stars would all resign. I should give me a touch, like I said, I would be Frankenstein.
And much, much more. Let it begin.
Breakfast by Eleanor Farquhar.
Is it coffee for breakfast?
I wish it was tea. Is it jam? Oh, why can't there be honey for me?
Is it brown bread and butter?
I wish it was toast.
Is it just bread and milk?
I like porridge the most. Is it soft-boiled Peter, like a piper's tune. And Alan, like the flowing of water. And there's John like John.
Girls' names by Eleanor Barton. What lovely names for girls there are. There's Stella, like the evening star, and Sylvia, like a rustling tree, and Lola, like a melody, and Flora, like the flowery morn, and Sheila, like a field of corn, and Rosina, like the moan of water, and there's Joan like Joan. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me, by Duncan Emmons. Nobody loves me, everybody hates me. I'm down in the garden eating worms. Big, fat, juicy ones, long, slim, slicky ones, and some woolly ones too.
Fuzzy Wuzzy, author unknown. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. If Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he?
This poem is called When Hannibal Crossed the Alps by Eleanor Barton. In case you don't know, Hannibal was an African general who tried to conquer Rome, but he didn't want to go over the Mediterranean Sea, so he took this passage through Spain and over these mountains called the Alps. Hannibal crossed the Alps. Hannibal crossed the Alps. His black men, his brown men, his countrymen, his town men, with his skulls and his raiders, his horses and elephants. Hannibal crossed the Alps. Hannibal crossed the Alps. Hannibal crossed the Alps. His boatmen, spearmen, Birchwood. His skulls and his raiders, his horses and elephants. Wanted the Roman scalps. And that's why Hannibal crossed the Alps.
We are a jolly group of soldiers marching to meet the king. We be the Kingsmen, Thomas Hardy. We be the Kingsmen, hail and hearty, marching to meet one Bonaparte.
If you won't tell us the wind should blow,
We shall march for nothing, all right, polo. We be the Kingsmen, hail and hearty, marching to meet one Bonaparte.
if EDC is successful, no.
We shall march for nothing, all right, polo. We be the Kingsmen, hail and hearty, marching to meet one Bonaparte.
Never mind, mates, we'll be merry though.
We may march for nothing, all right, polo.
Buckingham Palace by A.A. Milne. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin was down with Alice. Alice is marrying one of the guards. The soldiers like this terrible harm, says Alice. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Saw a guard in a sentry box. One of the sergeants after the songs, says Alice. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. He looked for the king, but he never came. Will God take care of him all the same, says Alice. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. With a great big party inside the ground, I wouldn't be king for £100, says Alice. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. A face looked out, but it wasn't the king. He's much too busy assigning things, says Alice. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Do you think the king knows all about me? Sure too, dear, says Alice. The Men by A.A. Mills.
When I was 1, I had just begun.
When I was 2, I was nearly new.
When I was 3, I was hardly me.
When I was 4, I was much more.
When I was 5, I was just alive.
But now I'm 6. I'm as clever as clever. So I think I'll stay 6 forever and ever.
Little Polly Flinders. Little Polly Flinders stepped upon the cinders, warming her pretty little nose. Her mother came and caught her, and with her little nose, spoiling her nose.
An anonymous poem called Mr. Nobody. Perhaps it was an autobiography. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, but yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. His finger marks. To see who always tears our books who leaves the door ajar, he pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always be so pretty. Don't you see? We leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. With finger marks upon the door, find none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill. The books that lying around, you see, are not our boots. They all belong to Mr. Nobody.
The Butter Betty Barker, author unknown.
Betty Butter bought some butter,
But
said she.
butter's bitter. I put it in my batter. It will make my batter bitter.
But a bit of better butter,
Will but make my batter better.
so she bought a bit of butter, made her bitter better better,
So to better Betty Butter.
bought a bit of better butter.
Mr. Rabbit, Dixie Wilson. Mr. Rabbit has a habit that is very cute to see. He wrinkles up and crinkles up his little nose at me. I like my little rabbit, and I like his little brother, and we have lots of fun making faces at each other. The Two Frogs, author unknown.
Two frogs fell into a milk pail deep. Vroom, vroom. And one poor frog did nothing but weep.
He sank to the bottom as heavy as lead.
And there in the morning they found him dead.
Gump, gump, gump.
The other frog shouting, "I'll have a good try. The pill maybe did, but I don't want to die." Crump, crump, crump. He churned up the milk with his legs worn high.
There's nothing like having a masterful mind.
But when the next morning this froggy was found, and half the fish floated.
Jabberwock by Lewis Carroll. 'Twas brillig and the slivy toves did wire and gimble in the way. All mimsy were the poor wolves in the moments of gray. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jumper and shun the frumiest bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in the hand, untying the man's own bow he sought. So he rested by a tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. And as in a fish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burrowed as it came. 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack chortled in his joy. 'Twas brilliant in the slivy toves, the wire and gimble in the wave. On Lindsay were the poor groves, and the moments of grave.
Sir Nicotine Knox by Hugh Chesterton.
Sir Nicotine Knox was an ancient knight, so old was he they lost his sight. Blind as a mole and slim as a fox, and dry as a stick was Sir Nicotine Knox. His sword and buckler were old and cracked, so was his charger, and that's a fact. Thin as a rake from head to hock, his brigantine nag was Sir Nicotine Knox.
A wife he had and daughters three.
And all were as old could be. They mended the shirts and darned the socks. Then old and Nicotine Knox. Sir Nicotine Knox would fly in a rage. Anyone tried to guess his age. He mouth and mutter and tear his locks. This very for Nicotine Knox.
Disobedience by A.A. Milne. James, Morrison, Weatherby, George III. Took great care of his mother, though he was only 3. James said to his mother, "Mother," said he, "you must never go down to the end of the town, you don't go down with me." James, Morrison's mother put on a golden gown. James, Morrison's mother drove to the end of the town. James, Morrison's mother said to herself, said she, "I can get right down to the end of the town and be back in time for tea." King John put up a notice, "Lost, stolen, or strayed." James, Morrison's mother seems to have been enslaved. Last seen wandering vaguely quite to her own accord, she tried to get down to the end of the town with 40 shillings reward. James, Morrison, commonly known as Jim, told his other relations not to go blaming him. James said to his mother, said he, "you must never go down to the end of the town without consulting me." James, Morrison's mother hasn't been heard since. King John said he was sorry, so did the Queen and Prince. The King, somebody told me, said to a man he knew, "If people go down to the end of the town, well, what can anyone do?" M, W-G-E-B. The great care of his M, but he was only 3. Said to his M, he said he, "you must never go down to the end of the town if you don't go down with me." Godfrey Gordon Gustavus Gore by William Rand.
Godfrey Gordon Gustavus Gore. No doubt you've heard of that name before. Was a boy who would never shut the door.
The wind might whistle, the wind might roar, and teeth be aching, and jaws be sore, but still he would never shut the door.
His father would beg, his mother implore. Godfrey Gordon Gustavus Gore, we really do wish you'd shut the door.
Their hands were wrung, their hair they tore. Godfrey Gordon Gustavus Gore was deaf as the fool, out of physical bird.
He walked forth, his folks would roar. Godfrey Gordon Gustavus Gore, why don't you remember to shut the door?
They rigged up a shutter with sail and oar, and threatened to pack off Gustavus Gore on a voyage of penance to Singapore.
But his very for mercy had said, "No more, please do not send me to Singapore or a shutter, and then I will shut the door."
"You will," said his parents, "then stay on shore. But mind you do, to the pleasant door of a fellow who will never shut the door." Godfrey Gordon Gustavus Gore.
Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow that had left, has given my heart a change of mood. It seems some part of a day I had rued. Someone by Walter de Lamont. Someone came knocking at my small door. Someone came knocking on my Sure, sure, sure. I listened, I opened, I looked from left to right, but not there was a stir. It's still dark. Only the busy beetle kept tapping in the wall. Only from the forest the screech owls call. Only the cricket whispered watching just fall. So I know nothing came enough. It's all, it's all, it's all.
A screech owl's cry has a creepy sound.
A grieving, whimpery, weepy sound. It isn't a screech.
Or even a moan. Nor anything like a sleepy sound.
With a mad cat face,
His ears laid back.
Two great round eyes and an angry stare.
The screech owl quavers his shuddering call.
A cry that will curl your hair when the sky is black.
For the moon is red.
His bill goes clack.
And a mouse is dead.
Listen, hear him overhead.
With his weepy,
Creepy, chilly cry is mournful.
lonesome, quivering cry. Sit, Michelle.
I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy and McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rats. I've counted 16 chicken pox, and there's one more that's 17. And don't you think my face is green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue, and my feet is stomach blue. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's heaving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle sprains. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My spine is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out.
My elbow's bent, my spine ain't straight, my temperature is 108. My plane is shrunk, I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is. What? What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Bye, I'm going out to play. Our section's over now.
The Naughty Boy by John Keats. There was a naughty boy.
And a naughty boy was he. He ran away to Scotland, the people there to see. Then he found
That the ground was as hard,
That a yard was as long. That a song was as merry.
that cherry was as red,
That lad was as witty.
that fourscore was as 80.
That a door was as wooden.
as in England. So he stood in the shoes and he wondered. He wondered. He stood in the shoes and he wondered.
Spaghetti by Charles Silverstein. Spaghetti, spaghetti all over the place, up to my elbows and up to my face, over the carpet and under the chairs, into the hammock and wound round the stairs, filling the bathtub and covering the desk, making the sofa a mad, mushy mess. The party is ruined, I'm terribly worried. The guests have all left, unless they're all buried. I told them, bring presents. I said, do confetti. I guess they forgot, because they all threw spaghetti.
Pickle me, tickle me too, like Charles Silverstein. Tickle me, tickle me too. Went for a ride in a flying shoe. Hooray, what fun, it's time we flew. Said tickle me, tickle me too. Tickle was Captain, Pickle was Coop. Tickle served coffee and mulligan stew. As higher and higher and higher they flew. Tickle me, tickle me too. Tickle me, tickle me too. Over the sun and beyond the blue. Hold on, stay in, I hope we do. By tickle me, tickle me too. Tickle me too. Now we finish the railroad, and nobody knows what's happening. Tickle me, tickle me too.
Captain Kidd by Stephen Vincent Promenade.
The person in the bounty boat is worthy Captain Kidd. They say he never buried gold.
I think perhaps he did. They say it's all a story that his favorite little song was.
Make those lovers walk the plank.
I think perhaps they're wrong.
They say he never pirated beneath the skull and bones. He merely traveled for his health, smoking soothing Jones.
In fact, you'll read in nearly all the newer history books
And he was mild as cottage cheese, but I don't like his looks. Yeah!
So Girl to Girl by A.A. Milne. It's funny how often they say, Jane, have you been a good girl? Have you been a good girl? And when they have said it, they say it again. Have you been a good girl? Have you been a good girl? I go to a party, I go out to tea, I go to an aunt for a week and a sea. I come back from school or from playing a game. Wherever I come from, it's always the same. Well, have you been a good girl, Jane? It's always the end of the loveliest day. Have you been a good girl? Have you been a good girl? I've gone to the zoo and they waited to say, have you been a good girl? Have you been a good girl? Well, what did they think that I went there to do? And why should I want to be bad at the zoo? And should I be likely to say if I had? So that's why it's funny of Mom to dad. Ask me, ask me, I understand. Well, have you been a good girl, Jane?
Independence by A.A. Milne. I never did like, now take care, dear. I never did want. Hold my hand. I never did think much of, not up there, dear.
It's no good saying it. They don't understand.
Happiness by A.A. Milne. John had a great big waterproof fruit sack.
John had a great big waterproof hat. John had a great big waterproof Macintosh.
And that,
Said John,
is that. Counting by Carlo Custom. To count myself is quickly done. There's never more of me than one. 1,000 hairy sandwiches by Shel Silverstein. 1,000 hairy sandwiches sitting down for lunch. Gobble, gobble, munch, munch, crunch, crunch, crunch.
For this poem, you should know that a toucan is a bird. Toucans 2 by Jack Bilotsky. Whatever one toucan can do is sooner done by toucans 2. And 3 toucans is very true, can do much more than a toucan 2. And toucans numbering 2 plus 2 can manage more than all the toucans. In short, there is no toucan who can do it 4 or 3 or 2 can.
Bugs by Margaret Wise Brown. I like bugs.
black bugs,
Green bugs, bad bugs, mean bugs,
any kind of bug.
A bug in the rug, a bug in the grass, a bug in the sidewalk,
a bug in a glass,
I like bugs.
round bugs,
shiny bugs, fat bugs,
Fuzzy bugs,
big
bugs.
ladybugs. I like bugs. The Little Turtle by Vassalou. There was a little turtle who lived in a box. He swam in a puddle. He climbed down the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at a minnow. And he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the minnow. But he didn't catch me. Have you ever wished to ride a goldfish? Listen to this poem. Harness me, a goldfish ride upon tail. Glide round, swinging like a sail. Perch upon its ridge bone, holding to a fin, dark like an arrow, round about the bone. Dodge through the castle, slither in the door, hide among the moss, floating from the floor. Low, watch a bubble, up to see it float. He's this tiny sandbite, very tiny. Fireworks by Barbara Askins. The sky's a fiery garden that scatters in the breeze, lined with fireflies glowing in the trees, spangling the darkness, velveteen and deep. The more than one. And then I took the quarters and tried over to Lou. For 3 times, I guess you don't know that 3 is more than 2. Just then, along came old blind Bates, and just 'cause he can't see me, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 times, and 4 is more than 3. And then I took the nickels to Hiram Compass down at the seafood store, and the fool gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. And then I went and showed my dad, and he got red in his cheeks, closed his eyes, and shook his head, too proud of me to speak.
Row the Boat Home by Agnes Black.
Gently we're gliding over the stream.
Row, row, row the boat home.
The day's work is over, now we may dream.
Row, row, row the boat home.
When we rode up the river, the sunshine was bright.
Row, row, row the boat home.
And we sang the morning as we pulled up the night.
Row, row, row the boat home.
And now won't we
Row, row, row the boat home.
shadows are light and we're empty.
Row, row, row the boat home.
When we swiftly were gliding over the stream.
Row, row, row the boat home.
The day's work is over, now we may dream.
Row, row, row the boat home.
That's it for us.
Row, row, row the boat home. Row, row, row the boat home.
We would like the audience to participate in some poetry. Andre, with the meter stick, will point to a series of words. Please repeat these words until we point your meter stick down.
Because this poem is a dialogue between the mother, which is you, and the child, which is me. This poem is called Before I Count to 15 by Michael Rosa.
If you don't put your shoes on before I count 15, then we won't go to the woods to climb the chestnut. 1,
I can't find them.
2,
I can't.
they're under the sofa. 3,
No. Oh, yes.
4, 5, 6.
Stop. They've got nuts. They've got nuts.
You should untie the laces when you take your shoes off. 7,
Will you do one shoe while I do the other then?
8, but that would be cheating.
Please.
All right.
It always
9,
sticks. I'll use my teeth.
10,
It won't, it has,
11.
I'm not wearing any socks.
12.
Stop counting. Mom, where are my socks? Mom.
They're in your shoes where you left them.
I didn't.
13.
Oh, they're inside out, and
how the rats were destroyed from the Pied Piper of Hamelin by Robert Browning. Into the street the piper stepped, smiling first a little smile, as if he knew what magic slept in his quiet pipe the while. Then, like a musical adept, to blow his pipe, his lips he wrinkled and grieved and blew, his shut eyes twinkled like a candle flame where salt is sprinkled. And ere 3 shrill notes his pipe had uttered, he heard as if an army muttered, and the muttering grew to a rumbling, and out of the houses the rats came tumbling.
Great rats.
Lean rats.
Brawny rat.
Brown rat, black rat, gray rat, tawny rat,
Gray wolf, bladders,
whiskers,
Fathers.
mothers,
Uncle.
cousins,
Cocking tail.
and creaky whiskers,
Families by tens and dozens.
brothers, sisters,
Husbands.
wives.
Follow the piper,
From street to street he piped advancing, and step for step they followed dancing, until they came to the river Weser, where it all plunged and perished.
The Cuckoo Clock Shop by Rachel Field.
Tick tock, you can't see time, but if you go to the cuckoo clock shop in the old brick row,
Where kindly gentlemen bends all day,
With a glass to his eye and springs in a tray.
Where car clocks sing, a cluster thick.
you'll hear time pass, click, click, click. Each wee brown door will open wide.
the cuckoo bird that lives inside
Will poke out his head and say cuckoo,
As often as time has told him to.
cuckoo.
This poem is called Rhino's Purple, Hippo's Green by Michael Patrick Heron. My sister says I shouldn't color rhino's purple, hippo's green. She says I shouldn't be so stupid. Those are things she's never seen. But I don't care what my sister says. I don't care what my sister sees. I will color what I want to. Rhino's purple, hippo's green.
If I can't sleep, I do this by John Daly.
I lie on my stomach.
I lie on my back. I draw my knees up to my chin.
I stretch both my feet.
Straighten the sheets.
And then once again I begin. I lie on my stomach.
I lie on my back.
I lie on my left side and right.
I stretch both my feet.
I straighten the sheets.
Well, this sometimes continues all night.
The Camel's Complaint by Charles Edward Carroll. Canary birds feed on sugar and seed. Parrots have crackers for crunch. And as for the poodles, they tell me the noodles have chickens and cream for their lunch. But there's never a question about my digestion. Anything does for me.
Cats get a web, can be posed in a chair. Chickens can roost upon rails. Puppies are able to sleep in a stable. Horses can slumber in pails. No one's supposed to put camel does. Any place does for me.
Lambs are enclosed where it's never exposed. Coops are constructed for a hen. Kittens are treated to houses well heated, and pigs are protected by pens. But a camel companion wherever it's standing, anywhere does for me.
People would laugh if you rode a giraffe or mounted the back of an ox. It's nobody's habit to ride on a rabbit or try to startle a fox. But as for camel, he's ridden by family. Any load does for me.
A snake is as round as a hole in the ground, and weasels are waking and sleep. And no alligator could ever be straighter than lizards that live in a creek. But a camel's are lumpy and bumpy and humpy. Any shake does for me.
Yeah,
rights, and thus started the long, hard struggle for independence. And the poet Ralph Waldo Emerson shows us his respect and admiration in this next poem, Concord Hymn, which I will now recite. By the wood bridge that ups the flood, the flag to April's breeze unfurled. Here once the embattled farmer stood and fired the shot heard round the world. Foe long since in silence slept, all like the conqueror sonic sleeps. In time the rural bridge has swept down the dark stream with seaward creeps. On this green bank, by this soft stream, we set today a floated stone, that memory may the dead redeem, and like our sires, our sons are gone. Spirit that made those spirits dare to die and leave their children free. The time and nature gently spare the shaft we raise to them and thee.
From a Railway Carriage by Robert Louis Stevenson. All aboard!
Faster than fairies, faster than witches,
Bridges and houses, head to the ditches.
and charging along like troops in a battle.
All through the meadows, the horses and cattle.
All the sight to the hill and the plain,
Fly a stick as driving rain.
and ever again in a wink of an eye.
Painted stations whistle by.
Here's a child who clams and scrambles.
All night south be gathering scrambles.
Here's a tramp who stands and gazes.
There's the green for stringing the daisies.
Here's a kite for waiting to load.
Lumping along with man and load.
And here's a mill, and there's a river.
Each a glimpse is on forever.
Laugh It Off by Henry Rutherford Elliott.
Are you worsted in a fight?
Laugh it off. Are you cheated of your right? Laugh it off.
Don't make tragedy of trifles.
Don't shoot butterflies with rifles.
Laugh it off, young fellow.
Laugh it off.
Does your work get into kinks?
Laugh it off. Are you near all sorts of breaks? Laugh it off.
If it's sanity you're after,
There's no recipe like laughter.
So, laugh it off, young fellow.
Laugh it off.
Act 5, Scene 5, from Macbeth by William Shakespeare. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty day. Out, out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
swift things are beautiful, and these are the coastline.
Swift things are beautiful.
Swallows and deer,
And lightning that falls bright vein and clear.
rivers and meteors, swing in the feet, the strong-witted horse, the runner's sure feet,
And slow things are beautiful.
the clothing of faith, the pause of the wave that curves downward to spray,
The ember that crumbles.
the opening flow, and the ox that moves on in the quiet town.
This poem by J. Pope is called Noise.
I
Like noise.
The whoop of a boy.
The thud of a hoop. The rattle of rain on a galvanized roof.
The hubbub of traffic. The roar of a train.
The throb of machinery numbing the brain.
The switching of wires in an overhead train.
The rush of the wind.
A door on the slam.
The boom of the thunder.
The crash of the waves.
to the sage and shook his gray locks, I followed my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, when showing the fox, allow me to tell you a couple. You're old, but to you, when in your jaws too weak, or anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose, the bones, and the beak. Say, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife. And must feel shame which he gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You are old to the youth, who would hardly suppose that your eyes are as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough. Said his father, don't give yourself air. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, I'll kick you downstairs. The Last Shoe by Walter de la Mare.
Poor little Lucy, by some mischance, lost her shoe as she did dance.
So it's not on the stairs.
Not in the hall.
Now we have set us up at all. She looked in the garden.
But there it was not.
Petals are killed or high duck cut.
There in meadow.
And wildwood strewn. So not a trace of Lucy's shoe.
Bird nor bunny,
The primly blue.
breathe the whisper of where 'twas gone.
It was cried and cried, O yees, O yees, in French, Dutch, Latin, and Portuguese. Ships the dark seas went plunging through, but none brought news of Lucy's shoe.
And still she petters in silk and leather.
Or snow, sand, shingle, in every weather.
Spain and Africa, Hindustan.
Java, China, and Lamb, Japan.
Plain and desert she hops through.
From Baku to Golden Roof.
Mountain and forest and rivers too, all the world over for her lost shoe.
Dreams by Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow.
At the end of the Civil War, one of the most depressing periods of American history, Abraham Lincoln, our country's president, father, and captain, was shot and killed. The nation was stunned and grieved. The poet Walt Whitman expressed our country's feelings in his poem, O Captain, My Captain, which I will now recite. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful ship is done. The ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. The port is near. The bells I hear. The people are exulting. While follow eyes sleep pure. The vessel green dim. But oh heart, 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 will the bleeding drops of red were on the deck my captive lies, fallen cold and dead. Oh Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribbon breeze, for you the shores are crowding, for you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces free. Here, Captain, dear Father, this arm beneath your head, it is some dream that on the deck we've fallen cold and dead. My Captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse, no will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object one. Exalt those shores and ring O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck, my captain lies, fallen cold and dead.
This is an anonymous poem called Myself. I have to live myself, and so
I want to be fit for myself to know.
I want to be able to stay to go back.
Always to look myself straight in
don't want to stand with the setting sun and hate myself for the things I've done. I want to go out with my head erect.
I want to deserve all men's respect.
But here in the struggle for fame and wealth,
I want to be able to like myself.
I don't want to look at myself and know
that I'm bluster and bluff and empty show.
I never can hide myself from me.
I see what others may never see.
I know what others may never know. I never can fool myself, and so,
Whatever happens,
I want to be self-respecting and conscience-free.
And that concludes our section. Thank you.
The name of this poem is What Do They Do? By Christina Georgina Rossetti. What does a bee do? Bring home honey. What does bugs do? Bring home money. And what does mother do? Lay out the money. And what does baby do? Eat up the honey. The name of this poem is Animal Sounds. A lion roars in a very loud voice. The kitten's voice is softer. And the sound of crying is not the same. And the sound of laughter. A bird's voice is pitched very high. Tweet, tweet. The cow's voice is much slower. We can speak very fast, la la la, or we can speak much slower, la la la. The name of the poem is One Step Back. Then to the left, and then to the right. One step back, oh what a sight. Then to the left, and then to the right. Wiggle your fingers, don't be uptight. Then to the left, and then to the right. Tip your head and say good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
We hope that you will continue this promenade by enjoying poetry yourself. Thank you very much.
I forget for them, it was just as good the second time around. I think everybody was lucky enough to see it twice like me or Bree.